Why do you have two phones? Really?
I'm
That's
Tony-
what we should freaking talk about.
Tony Two Phones.
Off the record, I don't know anything about
I
phones,
know.
so you're going to have to help me a
This
little
whole
bit.
thing here. What is this thing?
So-
1940s.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. All right, let's start the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Mo and O Show. My name is Omar Gonzalez.
And I'm Mo Morales.
What was that?
That scared you, didn't it?
I have headphones on here, man.
Dios mío.
We are trying. This is episode 2. We had so much fun. Episode 1, the pilot was a disaster. Forget that one.
Erase it from your minds
No,
now.
Learning experience. I hope, like, when we go down the road and we're like, knock on wood, episode, 5,000,
And 7.
that we're like, wow, we sucked.
Oh, wait, I have to sip my coffee.
Yeah. So, anyway, welcome to the Mo and O Show. My name is Omar Gonzalez. We are based out of New Jersey. We're both photographers. We enjoy each other's company as best friends. And so we made this podcast for you if you want to hang out with us.
Or para ustedes.
Yeah, we ended the last episode in Espanol. Hit the SAP button.
Aquí.
As they should be SAP buttons.
They should be, but they can't translate us, brother. This is untranslatable. Probably for safety purposes.
Probably because we can't really speak so well. I'm so jealous of so many podcasts. Like, I've been listening to podcasts to be like, hey, what do we need to sound like? So NPR and This American Life and some tech podcasts. And I'm like, forget it. We just have to be
You
idiots.
just have to be us. Because we try to be them, we're not going to do good at it.
Yeah.
Those
man.
are words I put together just now.
I
to be
think
them.
that rings true with everything. Like, if you start looking at other, it just brings you down, doesn't it?
Well, here's with photography.
Yeah.
Let's bring it to photography. When I was deciding that I'm good enough to become better, and do you understand what I say by that?
Yeah.
So some people just take pictures, and that's all they're ever going to do. Just take pictures of the family functions.
Snaps.
And
Yeah.
that's it. But one day when people were telling me, "Hey, this is good,"
It's called the awakening.
the moment it happened.
Yeah, when you realize, hey, I'm pretty good. I like this. I'm pretty good.
I like this. I want to learn more about it. I want to learn what an aperture is, what a f-stop is. I want to become better. So first thing you do, you go to Instagram, 500 pics, or someplace that you shouldn't ever look as a new person.
500 pics.
Because you look at those things, that's majestic. A human did that? You're like, the stuff is so amazing.
And of course, on 500 pics, the first thing you do is go to like Popular or Editor's Picks, and you're like, each picture, I suck. I suck.
This picture here is a unicorn giving birth to a baby raccoon.
Totally.
And it's beautiful.
I think, but there's good to that too, because it inspires you. Yes, you have to find that fine line between like, this is punching me in the face, or it's inspiring me.
What I, as a new photographer, did not know was the depth of what people do post.
Yeah, that's
So-
500 pics. All
So
right.
here I'm thinking, like, how am I, Nikon D5000, kit lens, how am I ever to make something like this? No flashes yet,
Yeah.
no anything. This is before I found Cowboy Studio in my life. So
Yeah.
they're not sponsored by Cowboy Studio.
I was about to say we are sponsored by Studio because it is like a joke brand.
Anyway, so I mean, you don't realize how much stuff is done in post. So you're thinking like, I'm never gonna be this good. Then someone introduces you to Lightroom. Someone introduces you to Photoshop, and you start now watching YouTube videos on how to Photoshop stuff, and you
Yeah.
realize you can make your stuff that you already feel comfortable
Yeah.
about pop.
Yeah, for sure.
And once you see that first, wow, I did that moment.
I struggle with that too because I look at others' work, yes, to be inspired, but a lot of times it does punch you.
It depends on your personality. You're either going to leave from that viewing experience as, oh my, there's so much room for me to become better, or I stink.
Yeah.
I should just hang my camera up now and walk away. I'm gonna burn it. No, I shouldn't say that.
Burned everything down. No, I mean, we all struggle with that. So we should probably talk about like what camera people start out with and what people are using most everywhere. Disneyland, vacation. What do you see everyone with? This thing.
The old cell phones.
Oh, by the way, those of you that are just listening to the audio, we also have a YouTube video. So when I said this thing, this is what I did.
He whipped out his
Whoa,
iPhone.
it's a family show here.
He whipped it all out in my face.
I'm a little bit behind. I know you're awesome with phones, but I was very late to the game. Like the first phone that I got was the Moto.
You had a flippy phone way longer than you
you
should
were
have.
making fun of me.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was.
I
I'm
love
that
the
guy.
flippy phone for its size. I even had like a little flip text phone. I don't know if you know which one that is. but, like, exactly. Like it had
the T-Mobile Sidekick.
and we
Not
finally,
sponsored by.
yeah. So I think most of us are using the cameras on here more probably than we do our mirrorless DSLR.
Yeah, and that's because one, it's in your hand. It's
so
ready to whip
convenient.
out. It's ready to be put to work, and they they don't pass DSLR quality, but you're not gonna be mad about sharing a picture that you took from your phone nowadays.
Yeah, they're starting to with the whole
Except
portrait
unless
mode.
you have an LG V30. I'm looking at you, LG. That selfie camera is garbage.
I know nothing about phones except my own. So tell me right now, like, what's the state of if someone wants to get a phone and really photography is the main focus? Like, what should they look at? The iPhone, yes.
iPhones always will give you a great camera. The iPhone 8, the 8 Plus, and the 10. You're not going to go home upset about the quality of picture you're getting from those cameras.
Okay.
They're pricier.
Price wise, though, that's what I was going to ask.
They're pricier, but
What are phones that people are looking at that are less expensive and kicking butt? Like I just bought a GoPro. I was looking at the GoPro Hero 6, which is like $400. I wanted an action cam, and I got a YI company.
I've heard of it.
It's the videos are sharper than the Hero 6. Now, quality wise, it's kind of, but it was $140.
Right. So you pick and choose what you want to deal with. Yeah.
So phone wise, what
So-
company's doing that?
So here's the thing with phones.
Camera wise, yeah.
Camera phone. If you're looking at a camera phone and you're not Mo Morales, I need the latest and greatest technology for everything else. I always say, look at last year's phones. The Samsung S8, the Note 8, the LG G6. Those have very great cameras, and they're probably starting at about $300 now.
That's awesome.
Not all of them, but you could probably get the LG G6 from B&H, not sponsored,
Definitely not.
or from anyone else, and starting at a reasonable, affordable price. If you want to get a current phone with amazing RAM and 120 gigabytes of memory, you get the OnePlus 6. Great camera. The image stabilization on that for video is amazing. It competes with phones that cost $1,000 when it's coming in at $529.
Well, I was going to ask you, are we reaching the point, like cameras now, like actual cameras, well, except for Canon and Nikon, haven't come up with an answer to the Sony A7 III? They haven't come up with a full frame, mirrorless, kick butt pro camera with dual card slots. Are phones reaching a point where things have to be gimmicky now to get the next?
Yes.
We've reached where the phone cameras are amazing already.
Yes, the
Go ahead.
LG G7 just came out, and it's an amazing phone. Wireless charging. You have expandable memory that you can put in yourself. It's got the wide-angle camera and the regular camera. It's actually improved the selfie camera finally. It's an amazing phone, but no one hears about it because it's
LG?
It's
Is that the
just
problem?
amazing.
Oh.
That's what it is. It's just amazing. It's not gimmicky enough. It's not spectacular
that's
enough.
so
It's
sad.
So LG, first of all, their marketing really needs help. Find me, I'll market your phone. But they need help with their marketing. So that's another great phone, and it's not as expensive as the other one, but it's still a great phone. It's just
It's not getting the play as the others.
no,
Yeah,
because they're charging $750 for it roughly, depending on what carrier you have. Which if you pay $100 more, you get a Samsung. You pay $100 plus less, you get a OnePlus 6.
Got it,
I
got
mean, and the OnePlus 6 is an amazing little phone.
the Google Pixel.
The Google Pixel XL. I'm sorry, the Google Pixel 2, whether it's the XL or the standard one,
great selfie camera.
they have the best selfie camera
As
out
of
there.
right now, which
As
is
of right now.
2018.
Yeah, even though it came out in
July
October, November of 2017, it's still one of the best cameras. It has a single lens in the front and in the back, and it takes better portrait photos than the iPhones, the Huawei P20s, because it's using Google-based algorithm software to create the bokeh.
Wow.
As opposed to actually two hardware pieces of lenses. It's actually using software, which is
And it
freaking amazing.
Yeah, does it fool? Yeah,
mean,
and you took a shot of me.
I've taken pictures
Yeah.
of people, and they're like, "What camera is that? Is that like the Mark 15 Blue 44 1.5 f aperture sensor?"
Oh my god! Since
Like,
I don't care about any of this, I remember you were like, "Have you seen the portrait mode?" And we were walking around taking like pictures with our Fujis, and you're like, "Here, watch this," and we'll put the picture up here.
and Omar was like, "I can't believe this." That was actually iPhone 7.
Yeah,
that
when
did
it
that.
first came out.
When they first introduced the portrait mode. But I'll provide.
Were they
you-
the first to do like a
Yes.
portrait mode?
Yes. So that's another thing about Apple. You love them or hate them, they are not afraid. Well, besides not updating the shape of their phone for a lot of models, but besides that, they're not afraid to say, "This is how we're going to do things. We're going to add a second camera to your phone. We're going to take away the headphone jack."
Yeah, damn you. That's why I'm holding on to this phone, believe it or not, is the headphone jack. Am I dumb to...
No, you're not, because I mean, phone reviewers now mention, "Oh, by the way, this one has a headphone jack." It's
wow.
a big deal
It's a
because
selling point,
I
wow.
mean, I have Sennheiser headphones at home that when iPhones came out, I would never be able to buy that phone because I love listening to headphone music.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you just pick up something
Without an adapter. I mean, I know that we can adapt everything and we have dongles and stuff, but I don't want a dongle, dang it.
Dongles get lost.
Yeah.
And if you're on the Android side of the phones that don't have headphone jacks, they don't have a standard dongle.
Oh, no?
So I can use.
Are
I
they
can't-
using USB-C?
USB-C.
Okay, same.
And the problem with that is you can't use the Google Pixels dongle
No.
on the Huawei phone or on the Samsung. Well, the Samsung has headphones, so it doesn't count. But that's what I'm saying. You can't.
Oh, that stinks.
There's no standard across the board. So if you do get it to work, it's going to sound like garbage,
Oh, no.
or it won't work at all.
Every year something's coming out, and I feel like it's happening with actual cameras too. On my channel, I get so many questions of, should I wait for the Fuji X-T3? Should I wait for the Fuji X-T30? You know,
Here's what I always say, especially since I become a phone nut. You get what you want right now.
yeah.
Because you're losing time on your pictures already. You know, if you've been researching the XT20 and you like what it does, guess what? You can start doing that the minute you buy it right now.
Yeah, you could be rocking that camera, and if the X-T3 comes out,
You can't live your life with the FOMO and all that stuff because I just said all these wonderful things about OnePlus 6, right? I mean, the OnePlus company, that's the name of the brand, OnePlus, and the number is the actual phone, 6, 5, 5T. OnePlus releases a phone every 6 months.
no.
So they just released the OnePlus 6. In a few months, like December, November, the OnePlus 6T will be out.
Wow.
And why did they go with T? Because it's one more than Apple. That's exactly why.
Really?
So they have instead of the One S, it's the One T because they're one better than Apple.
That's so funny.
OnePlus came out and their slogan was years ago when they came out with a $200 phone. When they first came out, it was a $200 phone, and their slogan was
We're going to come out with a lot of phones.
No, their slogan was actually "We're the flagship killer."
Ah.
So you're getting all the flagship perks, but you're not paying the price.
That's cool.
And no one knows who I walk around with my OnePlus 6 and people are like, "What is that? That's a nice looking phone." I'm like, "You dang right, it's a nice looking phone." And you know how much Daddy didn't pay for it, you know. So
yeah. I think I will eventually upgrade my camera phone. It's the best camera I have because it's with me all the time, unless it's the Fuji X-T20.
booyah! In your face. You saw that coming.
Really quick before we go, the one camera I saw is the camera that had a bunch. Was it a camera? It had like many lenses. It looked like
With the L16, the light.
Yes, there's this. I got to tell you real quick. There's this frog in nature that has all these holes on it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And the mom lays eggs in the holes. If you're watching YouTube, I'm going to put it right here.
Yeah.
And the babies like come out of the holes.
very
That's what
creepy.
this camera looks like.
Yeah,
It has all these gross holes on it. But what's the deal with that?
So it's all about letting light in. Obviously, we know light in photography makes a big difference. It's the same thing. You're getting all these different camera angles, bringing in light. But
it uses each lens and takes a bunch of pictures that it composites, right?
I don't know the exact technology.
Yeah, I believe that's what it does.
I've seen a video on it by Mr. Mobile, and he liked the camera, the look, but he wasn't happy about the output of what was coming out of it, considering all the money and the time it was taking. So
But maybe it's where we're headed. Maybe Apple will eventually look into like larger sensors
cameras,
or
there's already 3 cameras on phones. So when will they have 4,
Yeah.
5. There's rumors about Samsung coming out with 5 on their phones next year.
And they got to keep selling phones, so it's always going to be something. We're reaching that limit, though. We're reaching the limit where the bang for your buck, you can already get stuff that's so good.
It's so much cheaper. Numbers don't matter. What is that? Age is about a number or something like that? Never
I don't know.
mind.
I know
Never
3 is the magic number.
mind. Not today.
3, that's the magic number.
Dim, boom,
Yes, it
dim,
is.
boom.
We'll see you next time.